Welcome, listeners, to Just Neapolitan. This week I'm joined with Eddie and Floyd, and I'm your resident Kalima, Bryan. How you boyos doing this week?
I'm doing all right.
I'm doing good.
None of this happy, sad shit this week?
Uh, you know?
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay.
You know what? The one problem I did have, I got it fixed, so I can't really complain.
Hey.
I really can't.
I definitely didn't fix my problem, but I'm slowly getting closer and closer to seeing if I did.
Hey. Time will tell.
Yeah. And hopefully my problem will be solved tomorrow morning. So we'll see.
Wait, are we all having PC problems?
No.
No.
No, mine's a
Me
car
and you
issue.
are talking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different beast that I've never wanted to get involved in. I'm like, I can't remember to water a plant, and I can barely keep my PC healthy. I don't think I'm good enough for a car. That's not the word I wanted, but that's all I could think of. So, okay, before we get into it, I actually do have some corrections and addendums this week.
Oh.
Yes. So last week when Eddie mentioned Oktoberfest, and I couldn't think of a joke for the schnitzel, and it came to me after we finished recording, and I should have said something along the lines of "Schnitz, please." Like it was right there, and I couldn't. So, oh, and I shit you not, while I was editing last week's episode, so what we talked about with Overwatch 2 and how by the time I had written it down and it had changed by the time we recorded it, when I was editing it, as of Monday at 5 a.m. that day, news broke that it was the worst reviewed game on Steam ever.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds perfect.
So, as of that time, it was number one. Who knows if it's still there? Once again, I don't care enough to go check. The only reason I noticed it is because one of the audio tracks was rendering down, and I was just scrolling on my phone and noticed it. I wasn't even looking for more news about it. So. But I just thought it was funny how quickly that shit's changing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they fucked it up before they even put it on Steam. So they should have known how this was going to go when they put it on Steam. Like, you gotta ask for that.
A lot of the reviews are people that, because it's a free game, they've already been playing it, and they're like, oh, good, now I can blast it somewhere else.
Right.
Well, because you can review it on PlayStation, you can review it on Xbox. No one gives a shit. If Steam reviews bad, everybody takes notice of that.
True.
And that's what they get.
Yeah, no shit. I don't even care about that genre of games, and I know it's bad, so you know it's bad.
It's ridiculous.
So, what game you guys been playing this week? Or possibly games, I don't know.
You know, I am still going strong with Baldur's Gate, as well as a little MLB, and I'm losing my motivation to continue playing City Skylines because I just want to play the next installment. So now I'm kind of I log in, destroy like half my city in some weird project, and then log right back out without saving. And I've done this for like 4 days straight now. So I think I'm pretty much done with that chapter now.
Well, I mean, the next one's coming out fairly soon, so you don't have much longer to wait.
Yeah, it's like end of October. But I'm looking for my next survival crafter. Like, I'm done with the simulations. I'm looking for the next thing. And we'll see. I got some diamonds in the rough that I want to try out. We'll see how it works out for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good to try a new one.
Yeah, my problem is I'll spend $30 and a snap of a finger and never touch the game again.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I just try not to do it as often now. But I've pretty much beaten all the things that I've wanted to beat, or have gotten to milestones that I want to get to. So I think I need to either revisit something and aim a little higher, or just find something new altogether. And until Starfield comes out,
I was gonna say you could double down on Baldur's Gate and try and get through it in these next couple weeks.
I mean, I have been going hard the last couple of days on Baldur's, and I've definitely made some progress. But I always reach this point, which is why I always play 3 games in the same day. I always reach this point where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And it usually happens because I'm so used to soloing games that I keep forgetting to change my settings in Baldur's, and somebody will jump in, and before they can create a character, I'll kick them out. But to me, in my head, that's like, all right, just save and quit. They fucked it up. Your momentum's gone. Let's go find something else to do. And that happens so often that I end up quitting and playing it 20 different times, because like now it's like a tick. If somebody joins in, that means you're going to die. Something bad's going to happen. Just go ahead, save, get on up out of there.
My question.
Go play some MLB.
Why haven't you just went into the settings before you start your game and changed that?
Because I am a COC, if you didn't know.
What, a cock?
A creature of chaos. But yes, a cock. For sure. You know, I do these things to myself for some strange reason, and I just have to deal with the consequences. But it's a good tick for me sometimes, because it's like, oh, it's time to go. They interrupted my fun.
Motherfuckers be ruining the vibe and shit.
Yeah.
They do. But sometimes I wish somebody would just jump in my party and just be like, that I know, but let's play. So I can be like, fuck no, not on my save, but we can start our own. I wish that would happen. It just doesn't.
Yeah, but you'd still be quitting that playthrough.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, I don't mind a little company out there in these gaming streets from time to time. I caught myself updating WoW today, and I slapped my hand and I closed out the launcher like, no, if you update it, you'll play it. Don't do it. Don't do this to yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm resisting my urges of going back to old games and playing them for some unknown reason, because I haven't finished the game I'm currently playing. My chaotic nature.
Gets the best of us all sometimes.
It does. And on a parting note on me and these games, I had a good friend of mine tell me something so sad the other day. He told me he enjoys Diablo 4 so much, and he also cannot understand why I do not enjoy it. And I questioned our friendship at that moment.
I mean, that would make me question life.
It's been a pondering thought upon my brow for quite some time. But what have you been playing this week, Bryan?
Me? Oh, this is weird. I'm going before Floyd. Is it because we know what Floyd's
Who?
been playing? Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So I played Everspace 2 for a little bit, which I think a couple of weeks ago I was so confused, like off the top of my head. That game was out. That's why I was like, why is another one out so soon? It just is now on consoles. I think it was the hungover episode, so I'm willing to forgive myself for that. So it runs at 60 FPS, which is great when it's running, because it also just fucking hangs constantly.
Got it.
And it wasn't so bad in the starting area, but then I made it to the second area, which is like, hey, welcome to now you're in the game area of the game. So there's a lot more going on.
Right.
So I'm not shitting you. Like every 20 seconds, it'll hang for a second or two. But I deleted that shit because there is this mission where you gotta stay close to a ship. Which, okay, that's fine. except why can't I just shoot its engines out? Or use the EMP that I have on my ship? Or anything else that would disable the ship within the game mechanics instead of playing this stupid-ass chase scene? Where it's
because
like,
you're chasing the ship,
yeah,
right?
yeah, because it's a dumbass fucking thing to make you do in that game. Where it's like, you get unlimited boost, so you have to be boosting the whole time. But, oh yeah, by the way, you're going to get attacked by a bunch of shit while you're doing it. He drops mines out of the back of his ship, and here's a bunch of twisty tunnels to go through. I'm like, so, once again, why can't I just use the mechanics of the game and shoot his fucking engine out? Yes, I deleted that shit. I was like, no. Especially not with the game hanging the way it does, because it's like, you're chasing him, and the game hangs, and I'm like, okay, so I need to continue to make sure I don't move any of my buttons for what I was in the middle of doing when the game hung, so when it comes back, I'll continue to make the turn I'm trying to make. And I'm talking, dude got like 600 meters away from me, and he was like, oh, jump gate, and I'm like, that's not even that far away. Like,
it was far enough, goddammit.
Yeah, apparently it was. And so it does the thing where it's like, mission failed, retry, and I was like, no, exit game. It's really pretty. I finished Wasteland 2, and Jesus, that game is so fucking hard later in the game. I'm talking like so the amount of damage you do and the amount of damage you take both increase or decrease depending on what the difficulty level is. And I'm talking big jumps in damage to the point where when I was on easy, I was taking between like 7 to 20 damage a shot, which at this point I have like 300 health, so that's not bad, even though every enemy somehow gets to attack 3 or 4 times a turn, and I'm still lucky to get 2 shots off a turn. And then you jump to the next level, and you're taking between 34 to 76. When I'm outnumbered, and they can attack me 3 times each, that can down 2 of my people in 1 round of combat. And I'm like, I have the best armor on. I have the best guns I can find. Like, it's late game. I've got all the goods, and I can't. I literally had to finish probably the last 4 to 5 hours of that game on easy because I was just like, there's just no way.
Right.
And I mean,
what do you want from me?
Well, and I'm thinking about it like, so I had a high survival skill so I could avoid random encounters on the map. And I'm like, I wonder if I would have been forced to fight a few more of those. That was probably a couple extra levels. But I'm also just like, at this point, I'm level 40-something when I ended the game. And I mean, it's a CRPG, so, those levels don't, like, come easy as you get further into the game. It's not like a JRPG where they expect you to be, like, level 80 and overpowered when you finish the game. So I'm just like, no. And then, since I finished that, I decided to start playing Wasteland 3 again. And, yeah, that one is so much better balanced. Like, there are really good improvements made in it. The game's a little different, but so one of my favorite things is there's always been the animal whisperer skill, which was kind of whatever in Wasteland 2. You'd get little bonuses by having animal companions with you. But this one you can get some companions just from story modes. I have a cat that's named Major Tomcat with cyborg chicken. Oh, and a bird named Polly who can actually insult your enemies during combat and make it so they can't hit you very well.
Vicious mockery?
Sounds like my.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say it.
It's insult. It's a leadership skill that one of my characters has, where like an area of an effect, and you insult people. And so then like it's vicious mockery. Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Like with 2, everything's got a consequence, which I'm a huge fan of, and there's more of it. It's like, boom, like story beat after story, every single thing is like affecting what you can and cannot do. So, whereas in the first one, there was a lot of those moments where you're like, well, I can either do this or that. Every side quests are kind of like, if you do it this way, someone's going to be, everything. And some of those consequences, like I had choices that I made that I just ran into something that's been basically keeping an eye on me the whole time, and it was like, oh, and we're going to judge all these choices you made. And if you basically pass inspection, you can move on with that quest line.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Did
I
you
have
pass
a
inspection?
disco ball party bot that follows me around and creates distractions by literally it just disco balls in the middle of combat and like plays like dance music.
Hilarious.
Oh yeah, and it shoots medical darts to heal you. The game is so fucking weird. I love it. Like
I
you
see.
can so tell it's made by the makers of Fallout 2 and Fallout 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that same just like the game's serious, but here's irreverent random humor for no reason.
Enjoyed that.
Oh, soundtrack. Excellent soundtrack. And it's got like some songs where people are actually singing on them.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, y'all seen Oh Brother Where Art You, right?
No.
No, really?
Yeah.
You like musicals. I hate musicals and I love that movie.
Whoa. I hate musicals.
No, I said I hate musicals.
Me too.
Oh, I thought you liked musicals.
No. Whatever
you just-
gave you that
you just-
idea? Because I watched Hamilton once.
Yeah. I can't stand Hamilton. Well, fine, whatever. So there's a song in it that's an old song called Down to the River to Pray.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a version of that that's Down to the Valley to Pray because you're in frozen Colorado after the apocalypse and there's no rivers there.
Mm.
I mean, I guess there is. But no, so this song comes in during an early mission where... So I ended up killing a bunch of teenagers.
Damn.
Okay. I want to defend myself here. I didn't just go around killing kids in games.
It sounds like you do.
My.
Well, so it's this mission where raiders get into a town and have murdered a ton of people, and you're going to track them down. And all you find is all the people that were kidnapped, like in a pit burning. One of the people in your party, like her family was there, and then you find it's basically a group of these rich kids that made a deal to let the raiders in because they don't like who's in power in the city. And so then the person in your party basically is going to shoot this guy. And your choice is that you can arrest him, or you could just be all like, nah, do it. And I was like, fuck that shit. Like, y'all were total pieces of shit. And this guy's trying to make excuses for it. So I was like, no, shoot him. So she shoots him and everything. And then, yeah, so then you kill him. And then all the rest of them are like, they're going to kill us all. And I'm like, well, I wasn't going to. And then combat starts, and then that song comes on, and holy shit! And like the dude singing it, he's got like a really deep, kind of like gravelly voice, and it's yeah, no, it's just so good, so perfect. It's like I was like, oh damn, I kind of feel bad about doing this, and then you wipe the floor with them in like 2 turns because they're a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fairly poignant moment, and it kind of like lets you know, hey, here are going to be some of the consequences of decisions you make in this game. It's funny because I was like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. And I reloaded it, and I was going to do it differently. And I went through the dialogue again, and I'm like, God, fuck this guy. Nope, shoot him. I'm like, nope, I don't care. It's got to go down. Like,
Yep, he's dead now.
I'm like, and part of me also didn't want to read. I'm like, man, I don't want to save scum this early in the game.
Right.
Oh, there was a giant robot of Reagan. Just going to leave that one there.
Why?
Listen, I fully recommend that everyone plays this game. So I'm just gonna leave it there. The Reagan statue, I'll let you find out why and how on your own. I will say this though, I mean, because you guys are enjoying Baldur's Gate, I guarantee you'll enjoy this one. It's very much in the same vein. But I would recommend if you're gonna play 3, play 2 first. I don't think I'd ever go back to 2 now that I'm getting into 3. Even though I said I wanted to replay 2 and make different decisions, I don't think I will after finishing it. Once I loaded this one up, I'm like, no. This will be the one that I'm going to go through and make different decisions on. And then I'll probably, load up Baldur's Gate and be like, no. This is the one I'll go through and make different decisions on.
Got some decisions ahead of you.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is you can always come back to a game later and play it again.
Yeah, that's true.
What about you, Floyd?
That's my problem.
I have been playing absolutely nothing.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I gotta dust up the fake gamer crown.
Yeah, I know. It's wild out here.
He never took it off.
Oh yeah, but that was for other reasons.
Anyway. Yeah, no, I don't know. I know why I haven't been playing anything. I just lost all motivation to do anything besides like watch TV for the most part. So, depression, that happens. And
Trust me, I know all about it.
so once I get in like those moves, that's when I notice that I just don't play anything. It just, fuck that, I'm not doing that today. I'd rather lay here and just watch TikTok. So, that was this week.
Oh.
But I do plan on having this game beat before Starfield comes out, because that's when I plan on making my grand return back to streaming. I'm going to join the oversaturated Starfield market, and I don't
Hey, there you go. I mean, you'll get random people in, for sure.
True.
You just either gotta be one of the people that's really good at the game, or someone that's interesting to watch.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm going to be the first one.
I don't think so either. Well, especially too, gotta remember, not only that, it's gonna be oversaturated, but I think they're doing that bullshit again where if you have like the special edition, you get it 2 days free early.
Of course. I don't care because it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I ain't paying you shit for that.
Right.
I've been paying my monthly fee. That's fuck you. You're getting my money.
Yeah. The second I know a game is going on Game Pass, you couldn't convince me to pay for it up front.
I am so interested to see what kind of ships people make in that game.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee I'm going to I'll make one that works, and I'll be like, cool, whatever, that does what I need it to do. And not care after that.
Same.
And then I'm going to go look at all this. It's like in Minecraft where I'm like, I made myself a castle. And then I go look online and I go, I suck. I'm sure it'll be the same thing for the ships. I'll be all like, look at my ship I made, mommy. And then I'll go look, I'll be like, fuck you guys.
Think Breath of the Wild 2, but with the ships. How they took that. People have come up with engineering feats in Tears of the Kingdom. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, I've seen some strange things done with concrete slabs.
My favorite one was that somebody built a car that has unlimited power.
Yeah,
he trapped one of the electric blobby things. I forget what they're called. In a cage, and so all I do is stand near it, and it tries to electrocute him, and it just powers the batteries. And I'm like, that is awesome.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see what people do when they actually get technology.
Well, especially too, because it kind of almost looks like the screen when you're building a ship. Like people who do CAD are gonna they're gonna be able to. That it looks so much like that software that they use for that, you know?
Yeah.
So I just can't wait till a bunch of engineers get their goddamn hands on the game and they're like, oh, and this is how you do this.
Right.
Oh, well, fuck me. Got it.
I'm gonna see if I can attach a horse to a chair and just go haywire with that.
Yeah, I wonder how interactable the creatures on the planets are going to end up being.
True. How very interactable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to shoot them.
Yeah, I mean,
always.
I hope it's a little more than that.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But yeah, no games for me this week. I thought about playing Beat Saber for a little bit, and I was like, I don't feel like charging the Oculus.
Yeah, I mean, God, I have to plug a cord in.
Oh my God, yes, so much work.
Why doesn't shit just know it's low battery and charge itself?
One of these days, the technology will get us there. It's not today.
There's wireless
Not today.
charging now.
Damn you, Floyd.
Well, I have another game coming out soon. But this one I can play.
What is it?
Armored Core 6 is coming out in 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know that I want to spend money on games right now, though, either.
Yeah, I was finna say, that one's not Game Pass, though, so.
Yeah. That one's not on Game Pass, and that's going to be another one that's going to take up a shit ton of my time. Mm-hmm. So that one's probably going to wait for me. Yeah. But it's out now, and it's out on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Except Switch, and that doesn't count. I mean, like, I shouldn't have to tell you it's also not on mobile, you know?
Right.
It'll somehow give it a week, and someone will manage to get it to run on the Steam Deck, though.
Well, that wouldn't be shocking, though.
No, because they're getting everything to run on the fucking Steam Deck. There's already shit running on the Steam Deck that I'm just like, how? There's plenty of stuff they got running on the Steam Deck, too, that I'm also like, why would you want to play this on that small-ass screen?
Mm-hmm.
I got some sad news, though.
Sad news?
What's that?
Yeah.
What?
Microsoft has announced that July 29th, 2024, the Xbox 360 Marketplace will cease to exist.
People still use that?
People still use it.
Wow.
Yeah. But the 360 Marketplace being down would also mean, I'm pretty sure, I can't 100% get clarification just from what I've been reading. But I think that means any 360 game is just done. Like, you can't buy it on the newer systems either. Anything you own will still work. They said all the multiplayer will still work. Any of that. I think the biggest one is anyone who's still using the 360. You won't be able to do any TV streaming or watch any of the movies on it that you buy on, like, the Microsoft Store.
Mm-hmm.
You'll still own them. So, like, they'll still work on other consoles and on PC.
Right.
Which I found that out when I was buying movies for some reason. They have such good sales.
I mean, I guess.
It's like get these 4 movies and you like all of them and it's $10 and I'm like, yeah, okay.
I haven't bought a movie in years.
Yeah, I don't like being beholden to what is or isn't streaming and what is or isn't on what platform.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I also don't have a PC running right now.
Yes, true.
You know, that's where I let my Jolly Roger fly.
Right.
You know, understanding that because we don't really even own our consoles. Once again, read your end user licensing agreement if you want to know how little shit you actually own. You know, anything that voids the terms or conditions,
right?
It just like your system could just be bricked, basically.
Yeah, that's why you can't modify a bunch of shit.
Yeah, which is always fun. I love not owning the stuff I own.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine, like, if that shit was like for books? We don't like the way you're reading that. You dog-eared the instead of using a bookmark, so we're taking your book away. What? The fuck you mean?
Right.
Speaking of books, Stardew Valley is getting a cookbook.
Wait, doesn't Stardew Valley already have a cookbook?
No. Well, not an official one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is like an official Stardew Valley cookbook. That's actually being co-authored by Eric Barone.
All right, cool. I'll give him my money any day.
Yeah, because apparently he doesn't have enough projects he's working on. But yeah, so April 2024, it's coming out. Oh, where was it? I think it said like 50 recipes.
Right.
That, you know, they've handpicked from the game, what would work and whatever. I do like they're dividing it into seasons instead of like, and I'm like, that's a cool idea, and it's totally awesome for it, you know. So spring dishes and whatever, which would be, you know, probably stuff that you harvest in spring. But yeah, it's going to have, photos of the food, obviously, because it's a cookbook. But also it's going to have more Stardew art in there as well.
I enjoy
And
that.
I'm pretty sure if Eric is co-authoring it, he's probably not doing anything. I'm going to assume there's probably going to be like little blurbs or whatever in there.
Yeah.
So maybe
Just
like
little ones.
notes on production of the game or so, who knows. But I don't generally get into cookbooks. I'm much more, I'm a cock about cooking. I'm a cooking cock. I'm like, dash of this, bit of that, little bit of this, taste it, sounds good, done.
I enjoy cookbooks because oftentimes, at least for me, is one of those things where it's like, yeah, I do like that way of cooking too, but the cookbooks help me. It's like, oh yeah, I like it. It's more of a foundation to do even more stupid shit when I get the motivation for it.
Oh yeah. That's usually like I'll read cookbooks just casually, and like allow the ideas to simmer in my brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think honestly with this
These
one,
flavors work nice. That's cool. Stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah, or reminding you like, oh, that's right, I do know how to cook this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot it. This was easy as shit, and I never cook it for some reason.
Fun.
Yeah, that one though, I think with like the art and stuff, that alone gets me.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. So it's also like a
I'm
new
like,
art
should I
book.
pre-order it now?
I'm with it. Microsoft is updating their enforcement system for toxic
Oh
gamer
yeah,
stuff.
they doing like a strike system now.
Yeah, a lot of it is just clarifying what is and what is not strike worthy. And the usual 3 strikes and you're out rule. No, Microsoft's like, we like money even if you're a toxic player. So it's 8 strikes and then you're out. And they stay on the record for 6 months, not like a year like most places. Yeah. So each strike is be a suspension from social features for various lengths. But they also said stuff that's like really bad. You can get multiple strikes with one thing that you do.
I mean,
so it's not necessarily like,
like
it's 8 strikes. You can threaten
change
murder
up with
8 times.
But also,
probably if you go too far with that, that's probably like this is instantly a 3-strike offense kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I just not something I worry about, but
it's wild.
I guess it's good that they're updating it and being very clear about what is and what is not acceptable. That's always, I think that's a good thing. Like if you're going to suspend someone's account, people should know what the fuck did I do. Although, like a lot of people that do that shit, it's like, come on, man. Like you're going around using homophobic racial slurs. Don't. I don't know. There's just don't. I'm also wondering how that's going to work with voice chat when there's no proof.
You can they instituted voice recording like you can actually record someone being a dickhead and report them now.
Oh, well there you go.
Yeah.
That's something I wouldn't know because I don't voice chat.
Yeah. Same. Me neither.
I mean, I voice chat with y'all, and but that's through a completely different app anyway. So,
right. Even what was that? Even then, like even back then, before I knew what Discord was, like if I wasn't in a party with like friends, I wasn't talking to nobody. I wasn't on that.
I unfortunately had to put up with it for a while. Well, because for a while, Stepan and I were playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege.
Mm-hmm.
And we would constantly play stuff where it was just the two of us and we couldn't hear anyone else.
Right.
But you'd also, a lot of times, they'd vote you out of the party because Siege is like one of those games you kind of have to be able to talk. I rarely had a problem with that. Most of the people playing Siege, like as long as you're just in your own team chat, most of that was literally just people being like, "Hey, I need you to cover this event. Hey, do this over here."
Right.
So it was a lot of people with that one, and then we did have sometimes But Stevan and I also had a good way to deal with that. If people on our team were being dicks, we would just shoot them all and then leave. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll get the team killer thing, and I'll probably end up on a team with other team killers. But one's got to assume they did it for a reason too.
No, it's usually because they're trolls.
Yeah, that's why I stopped playing. I think I explained that for a while there, you could get a team kill, and it would count for your KD. So people would jump in teams and kill their whole team and leave because it would give them a plus on their KD. And that's people are so obsessed with that stupid-ass stat that means nothing. Dumbest fucking stat in gaming. I'm like, where's my had fun ratio?
In a shooter, Bryan?
Well, yeah, that's why I don't play them anymore.
Had fun ratio.
Yeah. Hey, man, Doom 2016 is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I thought you guys were ignoring me this entire time.
Did you mute yourself? I was wondering why you weren't talking.
I don't know how it muted itself. But it's been recording me on the recording, but you guys just couldn't hear me. And I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm just,
that's going to be the funniest shit. There's going to be like 15 minutes in the audio where we're just not responding to you.
I'm just like, this is great. They're just ignoring me now. And I've been, especially when you said the KD line, and you're like, where's the have fun? I'm like, well, the KD line is the have fun line. And I'm just like, and you in Florida just like, ha ha ha, we hate FPSs. And I'm like, are they ignoring me?
I can't wait to listen to this episode.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a joy.
That hurts. That hurts my feelings right there.
Hurts your feelings. We didn't mute you.
I don't know what happened. I'm just sitting here just looking. I'm like, I see my voice. What's going on? And I look over and I see it's mute. When did that? I'm not. Literally, Bryan, me and you know what we know, so I've been sitting very still. And I have done nothing. So I haven't touched anything. And I'm like, what happened?
So your computer's like, he hasn't moved in 5 seconds. He must be asleep. Mute it all. Shut it down.
Just shut it down.
So used to you moving around. Oh, that's hilarious.
My feelings are just destroyed.
Professional fucking podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
I couldn't tell you how that happened. I don't even understand.
I mean, I got a name for the episode now. I'm just gonna call it Mute.
Hilarious.
I don't have to take this.
Well, since we just dominated the conversation for the past 20 minutes, did you have anything you wanted to talk about, Eddie?
Why, yes. Yes, I did. By the way, it just muted again. I see this is a problem now. I don't understand why I'm going in and out of mute. I might have I wonder, do I have a shortage somewhere that's...
Yeah.
Another day.
Yeah,
another
your mic
day.
might be plug-in, unplug-in.
To get to the topic on hand. You two. You guys really don't enjoy FPS? Floyd, you introduced me to one of my favorite shooters of all time. And you're telling me now you actually hate them?
That don't mean I have fun most of the time I'm playing them.
Floyd, are you muted now?
The episode's
what is going on? Okay, you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Am I next?
Yes, I can
What's
hear
going on here?
Floyd, did you hear what I said?
No.
I said you introduced me to my favorite shooter, and now I'm coming to find out that you do not enjoy playing said shooters. What's going on, man?
This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, okay. So, are you trying to troll?
Can you not hear me?
No.
What? Bryan, can you hear
how'd
me?
you answer if you can't hear him?
I heard that, he's cutting in and out. Actually, Bryan, you have been too earlier.
Oh, okay. So, there goes Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd's going in and out. That's the
All
problem.
right, so we're gonna have to call it here. Fantastic episode, gentlemen.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be great to edit this one.
The episodes of problems.
Hey, all right, cool. So thanks for joining us this week. We'll be back again next week. We love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.